Welcome back to Studio F, where on Fast Times Will Be, we'll be reviewing Bring Her Back. Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
Russell.
Welcome back to Fast Times Will Be. I'm Willie B. I've got Mike back with me. Mike, how you doing?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, we're getting you here more often, which is good.
Yeah.
We got another A24 film. Always a fun time. And we've got Bring Her Back. Directors-wise, we've got the Philippo brothers.
Yep.
If you haven't seen Talk to Me, What the Hell You Doing? Great film.
Fantastic movie.
But they get a second stab at making a movie here. Cast-wise, we've got Sally Hawkins, who's probably the most recognizable face.
From Paddington fame.
Yeah, Rosie loved hearing that. We got Billy Barat, we've got Sora Wong, we've got Jonah Ren Phillips, who are all child actors.
They're all
that
actors.
I haven't seen before, but I'm going to give praise to them.
Yes, for sure.
We'll start with the good. And once again, I think the first thing I'm going to shout out with the Philippo brothers is just the direction, the way they shot this film.
Yep.
From a filmmaking standpoint, you can mark just about every box and say this was done correctly.
Yeah.
As far as,
sure.
cinematography, camera work, just everything. Sound design was great. The score was also great.
Yes.
But just the Philippo brothers, once again, showing that they can make a film.
Yeah, they're 2 for 2 for sure. I pretty much just agree with everything you said. Those are pretty much my entire thoughts on that, to be honest with you. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the 2-hour-long depression we just witnessed.
So this movie, when you watch a trailer, you get the vibe that it's going to be pretty creepy.
Yeah.
Not as scary as I thought.
Definitely still a horror. Like I was saying as we were going down the theater, like it's very obviously a horror film, but you're not gonna leave like shivering, like just super scared. You know what I mean?
It's more sad.
Yeah.
It's honestly a heartbreaking story. About loss.
Yeah.
You got
heavy on grief.
Yeah.
As a theme, as was Talk to Me. So it looks like they found their wheelhouse.
Yeah, for
there. Very different styles.
Yeah.
In my opinion, of horror movie from Talk to Me to Bring Her Back. They do well with the body horror though. I can tell you that for sure. That's in the good.
Yeah.
Jot that down as good.
Yeah. Talk to Me was the scene that always stuck out to me was the desk scene with the little brother.
Yeah.
And this one, we're just going to say teeth.
Teeth.
Anything that has to do with teeth. And the mouth of Ollie is gonna be remembered.
Poor kid.
Yeah. Acting was good across the board. I thought we got 3 pretty solid child performances, and I thought Sally Hawkins, for only being in Paddington as far as what I recognized her from, I thought she did pretty great.
Yeah.
So
overall,
no complaints in the acting department. Body horror was great. We get a lot of practical, which obviously
everyone.
I think you and I
you should love that. If you don't love that, you should love that.
Yeah. And very convincing at that.
Yes.
As I mentioned, the teeth in the mouth of Ollie is very unsettling. Let's just say Rosie was hiding her eyes.
Yeah.
A few times, and I looked over at you, and me and you were making the same face like that.
Yeah. It's a lot of that. Whatever you would describe that as, that's what you're going to be doing when you're watching.
Yeah.
The teeth scene.
But all in the good. It's definitely, like you said, grief, a big theme in this one.
Yeah.
It starts with the loss of our brother and sister Andy and Piper, who are the 2 main characters in this one.
It's my dog's name as well.
Yeah, there you go. But they lose their dad, and then, through foster, that's where they get connected to their new mom, Laura, and Laura's dealing with loss of her daughter, and Ollie is a lost child. Like, there's loss all across the board.
Just a ton of loss. How did you feel about the story structure? Like, in general, like, we don't, and it's on purpose. We don't know a lot about what's going on with Laura's character.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we know that she's lost her daughter, and you can tell something's off pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Her down the lips
I don't know what that was all about. but it's I'm losing the word to describe how that's set up, because you don't know. It's like this weird cult shit they show in the beginning, and then it's never explained. And I one of my biggest gripes in horror movies is exposition. So I kind of like that they left that kind of to your imagination. We don't know how she got the video where she's like trying to teach herself how to do whatever ritual they were doing to try to
No, I liked
bring
it.
the daughter back.
It makes it a little slower of a watch.
Yes. Yes.
But it also leaves you wondering throughout the entire film. Because like you said, you get the glimpse at the beginning, and then here and there you see her watching the tape, which, shout out VHS. You see her watching the tape
By physical media.
while she's with Ollie, and you can tell Ollie's not right.
Yeah.
And
it's
you
pretty
tell
apparent.
Ollie's not Ollie, but you kind of have to connect the dots yourself, like you said, and I like that in the sense that, like, you got the chalk outline, and that comes back to play, and you kind of figure, okay, that you can't cross that line.
None of it's ever explained directly to you.
Yeah.
And I like that, and I don't know if everyone will. There's some people who like being kind of spoon-fed that information, but it's definitely, to your point, a slow burn.
Yeah.
To like the meaning of that word, slow.
Yeah. I mean, for an hour and 44, this felt long.
Yeah. It did.
But not a bad long. And I was in it. I was in all the whole way through.
Yeah, for sure.
I never got bored with it. And I can safely say by the end of it, I feel like I connected all the dots.
Oh yeah. For sure.
I didn't leave the theater with like big questions.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
There wasn't anything open ended either. Like the story's the story. There's not, and I appreciate that as well.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. Honestly, ending is very sad. But I liked it.
Just a bleak's the word to describe it. It's just a bleak movie, man.
I mean, with the plane flying by, and you kind of have that full circle moment, and then Laura being found in the pool, and
what did the older brother say about the planes? Like,
it's the soul being taken to heaven.
After the dad's funeral, he was explaining that to Piper. Almost forgot the name of my dog as well, but was explaining to Piper that when people die, they're just boarding a plane or whatever like that, and that's their transition. Yeah. Essentially, so seeing that right at the end, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, good full circle moment for sure. Speaking of which, some really good transitions in this movie.
Yeah.
The water transitions.
Did you see me look at you?
And you
just
just
went, I was like, come on.
You looked at me and you went, and I was like,
that was good.
Yeah. Transitions. It just once again goes to the filmmaking side of things, and the editing was very well done in this film.
No
but honestly, like you said, you're not spoon fed this story. It is a slow burn, but it's an interesting one, and it's a tough watch, honestly.
Yeah.
Like if you're weak or weak stomach, faint heart, it's not an easy watch, and that's exactly how Talk to Me is too, in my opinion. I think I watched Talk to Me in an empty theater by myself in the last row. And
it's awesome, actually.
It was, dude. I remember sitting up there, and I'm like holding my legs. I'm like, what the shit am I watching?
Both those movies, there's a lot of you mumbling under your breath, like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
It was like, it was either right before or immediately following the tooth scene. So that feeling when you get a hangnail and you peel it back just a little too far? It was like that, but 100 times worse.
Oh, when he pulls his arm up. Oh, yeah. Which, once again, looked great, but
it's everyone's nightmare.
Yeah. Dude, poor Ollie.
Poor Ollie. Every time that poor kid was on screen, he just looked worse.
Yeah.
Every single time.
I was interested to see how that came about, too, and then, like, it being, like, the Lost Kid poster. I thought that was all cool, too. So, just all in all, if I'm comparing the two, I think I like Talk to Me.
Yes.
Just a little bit more, but I definitely still enjoyed this movie quite a bit.
Absolutely, yeah. Comparing the two, you're not taking anything away from Bring Her Back. You know what I mean? Like, it's still, in its own right, it's a very, very good film, absolutely worth the watch. Talk to Me, I think it started out a bit faster. You got into it a little quicker.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not as slow.
Yeah.
There's a lot more going on in Talk to Me. And Talk to Me actually is pretty scary. This one, again, not super scary, but I don't think I hated that aspect because it still had a lot of emotional strength. And it still played with you. It
Yep.
toyed with you.
Compelling story, and I think you not really understanding what's going on as far as the I keep referring to it as cult stuff because that's really all I can do, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But whatever that process is, you're trying to piece these. It keeps you engaged essentially because you don't know
Yeah.
why this works.
Really
You're trying to figure it
feel
out.
like Andy the whole
Yeah.
movie. You kind
You're
of
left in the
know as
dark.
much as he does.
You're left in the dark,
and
that's,
you're
I think
trying to
that's on
figure it
purpose.
out. Yeah. I think I like that a lot, and yeah, what a movie. Once again, I got to mention the score. There was a lot of moments where I was really into the score. And obviously, when it comes to the genre of horror, score is very important.
Absolutely.
As we talked about in our last review together, Sinners was
Phenomenal.
not carried by the score. Sinners was carried by itself being a fantastic
just
film.
carried by
Should
that.
we just talk about it? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. We'll go back to just gushing about it. I saw it.
I liked your review.
Still great. Go
Yeah.
watch Sinners again.
But no, the score in this one also very, very good. I don't think it will be as memorable as some of other scores we're going to get this year and have already gotten, but
Yeah.
I think it's going to be an underrated kind of hidden gem of a score.
For sure.
That won't really get the love, but if you listen to it, it's pretty great.
Yeah.
But yeah, what else we got in the good?
That's about everything that I wanted to hit on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Atmosphere is great.
Yeah.
It's somehow they make that dreadful story just compelling and interesting
Yeah.
and all that. So
Yeah.
I think that's good for the
So we
good.
can hop over to the meh.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start with the meh?
Circling back to just the slow start, and I'm fine.
I get
with,
it.
I'm fine with slow burns. It's if you're putting it in a category, it's of the same vein as a Hereditary and a Midsummer and a Witch and
It's
honestly,
A24.
yeah, A24, Wicker Man, stuff like that, where like you're not getting into it right away. But I feel like it was just a little too
Yeah.
too much.
I can agree with that. That's probably my biggest meh.
And you're still getting story elements, and it's still interesting, but like,
yeah.
it's a horror movie, man. Like, get it.
And this is like where I'd put like minor things like the funeral scene. Like
Yes.
I didn't love the kiss him on the lips, it's tradition type of thing.
Yeah. I think it was just trying. It was trying to get you to, like,
Yeah.
almost, like what are we doing?
Yeah. And then the like kind of winced at the when she pissed in the cup and poured it on him.
What was that?
I still don't really know what that was for.
I think because she was trying to make him seem unfit because he was trying to
Yeah.
get
Weird way of doing it though.
like a guardianship over Piper, but
Just because I pissed the bed doesn't mean I can't watch my kid.
for sure.
Not
Twice.
that I pissed
Twice
the
though.
bed, but-
What are we not
You know.
supposed to?
I mean, you do you, man.
All right.
Yeah.
I do a lot of laundry. No,
But,
but it's. I think that goes back to
Yeah.
him trying to get the guardianship and her trying to make him lose his mind or whatever. But I do agree that that's just kind of like odd. It was like an odd thing.
Just little things like that, and it was mostly that first act
Yep.
where, you don't really know what's going on, and it plays into the slow burn. But like, I don't really have anything in the bad.
No, I don't.
I think anything I'm griping with, it's in this meh category, and
think
it's really just related to that slow burn.
Yep. I agree with you for sure, man.
At the end of the day, I liked a good majority of this movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything else in the meh? No. We can hop over to final thoughts and ratings then, unless you have something in the bad.
I do not. I don't
Okay.
have anything in the
Okay.
bad. I don't think there's anything. Nothing like took away from the film that much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like you said, those minor things.
Yeah.
It's absolutely worth your time.
Yeah. What do you want to leave off with it, and what do you give it out of 10?
I'm super excited to see what they do next for sure. I'm sure the theme will be grief.
Yeah.
Because that's what their thing is. If I had to rate it, man, I'm going 7.
Okay.
7 out of 10.
Is Talk to Me 2 going to be their next film, or are they not doing that?
I don't know. I kind of don't want to Talk to Me too.
It's already confirmed.
Yeah.
I think it's Talk to Me.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Shout out to them for being aware of their title. I'm just not a sequel boy myself.
I'm not
very
either.
often.
We had the honor of doing some surveys
Yes,
after this, and
we
I
sure
marked,
did.
I don't need a sequel.
That's exactly what I was like. I do not need a sequel to this. It is.
Yeah.
I'm sad enough.
Yeah. Score wise, I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna go 7 out of 10. I
Yeah,
think it was
alright.
just a good, solid movie. I think I gave Talk to Me. So when I reviewed Talk to Me, I believe I gave it 8.5 because I was doing halves. I'm not doing halves anymore. I don't know which way I lean. I have to rewatch it.
Yeah,
But
it's been a minute since
yeah,
I don't even remember what I rated it out of 5. To be honest with you,
I definitely gave it a 4 out of 5. So I guess I'd probably lean 8. But
I probably rated it 2 different scores both times.
There you go.
I'm gonna guess
Yeah.
both on the higher end because the movie's
Yeah.
great.
But this one I'm going to give a 7 just because
Yeah.
it's mostly that slow burn. And it's definitely... It's a really good movie, and from a filmmaking standpoint, great. But there are some creative decisions that I liked a little less than just from the story itself than Talk to Me. So Talk to Me is definitely number 1. But like you said, I'm very excited to see what these guys do next because they can make a film.
Absolutely.
But yeah, don't need a sequel. There are some movies that I'm cool with getting sequels. I'll take 100 Halloweens.
Yeah.
I'll take 100
Yeah.
Terrifiers. Hell, I just watched The Accountant 2. I feel like that's
Did you like that?
I loved it. I feel like I could really get into more.
Give me
Accountant
another
movies.
friendship movie,
Dude, I just watched that last night.
brother. that was made like specifically for me.
That
I
was
think,
a
buddy.
long episode of.
I think you should leave.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I wanted.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted it to be, and it was. Shout out to Tim Robinson. We need more Tim Robinson.
Yeah, I can get behind
It's
that.
so
I can get
funny.
and Paul Rudd too, man.
Yeah.
Just put them together. Loved it. But yeah, I don't need a second one of
No.
this. And I'm interested to see what they do with Talk to Me, Talk to Me. But
Talk to.
I agree. I don't think when I left the theater I was itching for more.
No.
But I did love what I watched.
It was so good.
You frequent the A24 shop?
I do.
Dude, I want that hand.
I want
so
the hand
bad.
so bad.
It's
I
just
actually,
like
I
it's
ordered.
just like getting myself to spend what it's like.
It's $100.
Yeah.
Or 100. It might be 110.
I think it's 110.
Yeah, not that I've looked at it obsessively or anything, but I just bought the the Toad friendship. Did you get the email for
did
the
you get
close friends? one?
Yeah. Did you get
I
the
just
friendship?
I bought the Toad shirt.
That toad ripped me off.
No, I ordered a sandwich.
No.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Dude.
I think the last order I had from the A24 shop was the Heretic Blueberry Candle.
That's sick.
Dude.
Mad I didn't
Great
get it.
movie.
Should have got it.
But yeah, that hand I kind of want.
That's so cool. Isn't it like also a bong?
Yeah, it's like incense / pipe / memorabilia.
You know they know their crowd.
Yeah, yeah.
They know
I mean,
their crowd.
you do the Talk to Me hand at a party.
Yeah.
What if you could just rip it from the hand and then talk to the other side? That's
That'd
kind of
be
crazy.
horrifying.
Yeah.
That'd be, I saw I saw the movie, buddy. I'm good.
Yeah.
On that.
That's fair.
I'm good on
You
that.
don't want to
for
wake up
sure.
sucking toes.
Nope. Nope. I'm good.
Yeah, man. I can get behind that with you.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, Bring Her Back. Definitely a good movie. Go check it out. I did mark go check it out in theaters because even if it's a movie I don't like, I advocate for the theaters
Absolutely.
no
Yeah,
matter what.
for sure.
So go check it out. That'll do it for Bring Her Back. Mike, thanks for coming on, my man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me.
Thank you all for watching. If you like what you're watching, check out some other videos. Hit the subscribe button or follow the social links down below. Go check out Bring Her Back. Go check out Sinners. Go check out any movie in the theaters. You know why? 'Cause
Friendship.
Theaters are awesome. Friendship. Do it. We'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.